So obviously, I mentioned it in my last video for the pre-fight analysis for the Charles Oliveira versus Beneil Dariush fight. That I think Charles Oliveira, I think, should move up. Now, obviously, it's been very well documented. Even for his fight against, I believe it was against Dustin Poirier. I think it might have been. He was off the weight for about 2 pounds, so he didn't get the title became vacant, and he I think it became vacated because of the fact that was it for the Dustin Poirier fight, or was it for the Justin Gaethje fight? One of them fights, he lost the title on the scale. That's the point I was trying to make. And the fact is, he's done this for 3-4 times in the past, so he struggles to make the weight. He struggles to make the lightweight limit. But the ironic thing is, he struggled to make the featherweight limit, so he moved up to lightweight. And now he's struggling to make the lightweight limit, and I think that he should move up to welterweight. Now, don't get it twisted. Welterweight is full of monsters, okay? You've got absolute beasts in that division. Like, don't get it twisted. I think Charles Oliveira is too small to compete with the likes of like the likes of Khamzat Chimaev, because Khamzat Chimaev is like 6'3" and fought at middleweight and fights well at middleweight, and I don't know how he managed to boil himself down to welterweight. In fact, I think he's struggling to make that weight himself. He's struggling to make the weight that Charles Oliveira should be advised to go up at. But honestly, like, let's just be honest, like, he's struggling so much to make lightweight that, and there's been loads of videos and pictures of him looking really gaunt at the scale. So from that perspective, I just think he's got into a position now where I think that he should try to go up to welterweight. Now, don't get it twisted, like, most of the monsters at welterweight I don't think he can compete with. So the Khamzat Chimaev, the Shavkat, all of them types of fighters, I think they're just too big for him, okay? But I still think that he could potentially be competitive against everyone else. Like, the people that are his size, the Colby Covingtons of the world, the Gilbert Burns, all of them types of fighters, I don't think there's anyone that's as sophisticated and great on the ground as he is. The only person I can think of is Gilbert Burns, because Gilbert Burns has similar Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu credentials as Charles Oliveira, but generally speaking, for the rest of the division, I don't think anyone is on his level when it comes to the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and fighting on the ground. But I do think that it does come with risks, right? Like, let's be real, if this guy is getting dropped by lightweights, and he has been dropped like 3-4 times by lightweights, like the likes of like, let's be real, like Michael Chandler, I think Justin Gaethje at one point dropped him as well. If he's getting dropped by the likes of them, like, what makes you think that he can take the power at welterweight? But another argument could be made that the reason why he's getting dropped by them types of fighters is because he's cutting so much weight to make lightweight that is weakening him. And on top of that, as anyone knows, right, when you're trying to cut weight, you're cutting water weight. So when you cut water weight, for those that don't know, your brain is like, I think it's like 80% water. Like, your brain is a very fluid organ, in the sense that most of it is water. So when you're cutting weight, like the protection for your head and your cranium and your skull, that starts to diminish. There's a certain liquid that's in your head that will diminish when you don't have a lot of water in your body, okay? And that's the reason why fighters that cut themselves to make weight, they do everything in their power to actually get themselves hydrated again, so that they can become healthy enough on fight day to actually fight. Because if they allowed their body to like diminish that thing, it can weaken them, and that's why fighters that cut a lot of weight tend to get knocked out more. You saw it with fighters generally. They lose their gas tank. They're not as strong as they usually are because of the fact that they're cutting so much weight. It does affect your chin and your punch resistance if you're cutting weight. So I feel like his chin should be better at welterweight, because he's not killing himself to make a weight, and he should be less weakened, and he should be able to make that weight. And then on top of that, like with his Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu game, like apart from Gilbert Burns, and I don't think Gilbert Burns is as good as Charles Oliveira on the ground, but I'm just saying that he's somebody who could probably compete with him on the ground. But everyone else, I don't know who else can actually compete with him. I think everyone else would get swallowed by his talent. That's just my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I don't think I'm wrong, but I think Charles Oliveira's got one of the best Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu games in the sport at this point in time. Let's be real. When you got fighters like Justin Gaethje, who's known to be like a great wrestler, who's scared to get on the ground with you, there's a reason for that. One luxury that Charles Oliveira has is that when he gets knocked down, he could just stay on the ground for a minute and just wait to recover, because everyone is scared to get onto the ground with him because they know what could happen with his Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So with that being said, I think it's I think it might be wise for him to move up to welterweight. I mean, could he win a title? I don't think it's likely, but let's be real. Who predicted that he was going to win the title at lightweight? Who thought he was going to do that? There's not that many people that would have hedged their bets and said that he was going to do that. So from that perspective, if we don't think he's going to win the if we don't think he's going to win the title at lightweight, then like maybe he can sneak in there and win a title at lightweight. I mean, we've seen other fighters do it, like the Michael Bispings of the world, and if he could do that, that will further cement his legacy. But I just think it's too dangerous for him to try to keep making lightweight now. I think his body is just filled out. I think that would be the end of it. I mean, I think he's not at the tail end of his career. I think he's still in his early 30s, so he could probably go on for like 5-6 more years, but I think that will be the last weight for him, welterweight. But I just think his body is filled out to the point where it's just not possible for him to make lightweight anymore. I mean, I think he just needs to leave lightweight alone. There's that division. I think he's just he's already fulfilled and accomplished his legacy there. So if we're talking about the lightweight conversation, right, like who's the best lightweight, we'll talk about Charles Oliveira. If Charles Oliveira goes up to welterweight and he manages to capture gold there and manages to win the title, it's not impossible, because we thought it was impossible for him to do it at lightweight, and he still managed to do it. And then not only did he win the title, he wasn't one of them one-time champions who just won the title and then lost it in his next fight. He had a dominant run afterwards where he beat really good fighters like Dustin Poirier. Obviously he beat Michael Chandler to win the title, but then he beat great fighters like Dustin Poirier and Justin Gaethje afterwards as title defenses. So this is a legitimate lightweight great. Like, he's an all-time great when it comes to the lightweight division. If he can move up to welterweight, win the title and make a few defenses there, then that will further cement his legacy. But I think that's it. I don't think he should stay at this weight. This weight is killing him. He needs to move up to welterweight. Welterweight is where his dominance can be shown. He can show how great he can possibly be. If he goes up to welterweight and wins a title there, that would be incredible. But tell me what you think below. What do you think Charles Oliveira should do? Do you think he should just stay at lightweight and keep killing himself? Or do you think he should move up to welterweight and try to fight the people there? Tell me what you think below, and like and subscribe to the channel. I've got a lot more content coming your way. Peace.